Hey there, creative people. Welcome back to the channel. I am here to prep you for the ultimate creative adventure, Fantasy Fest 2025 in Key West, Florida. This year's theme is bedtime stories and magical monsters. It's running from October 17th through the 26th, and you may be wondering what to wear, what to pack, or shoot, what to even expect. Let's take a look. So the first thing you have to understand about Fantasy Fest is it's not just one event. It's more of a big basket, just chock full of other fun things to do. There are parts that are most definitely associated with Fantasy Fest, like the zombie bike ride, the Masquerade March, or the parade. But there are a bunch of other events you can get into during the 10-day festival. The overarching theme is bedtime stories and magical monsters. This invites interpretations of everything from classic fairy tales to whimsical night creatures. Think enchanted nursery rhymes, mythical beasts, spooky storybook characters, or even playful mashups of like a horrific creature reading a bedtime tale or a monster in a princess dress. Your imagination is really your only limit. And boy, let me tell you, that people are imaginative down here. In my experience, even though there's an overarching theme, you're gonna see costuming from themes of years past, as well as some non sequitur garb that might consist of pretty much anything you can imagine. I don't think you can go wrong in costuming for Fantasy Fest, so the pressure's already off. And no matter how risque you might think your costume is, you will almost always see something that makes you think, wow, I could have taken this a whole lot further. Fantasy Fest isn't just about solo costumes either. There's a lot of group themes, parades, shared creativity at its heart. For instance, the Masquerade March, and the main parade are central festival features with groups donning, basically to a common theme. I don't know if you plan on decorating your home away from home while you're here, but you can consider getting some complimentary costuming to help support that overall theme you got going. As far as how to costume, body paint is magic. Lean into living art. Body paint brings your creation to life. Key West Fantasy Zone allows more revealing paint-centric costumes, and while not cheap, these definitely personify the Fantasy Fest experience. Or if you like do-it-yourself style, that's also a win. According to a local costume commentator, creative do-it-yourself designs, zany, colorful, handmade are really what steals the spotlight. But remember, in Key West, in October, it can still be warm, so choose light, breathable fabrics, keep bulky materials minimal, and think comfort as much as color. And while on the subject of weather, don't forget weather can do what it wants, when it wants. So you might consider bringing a foldable rain poncho or like a little windbreaker type thing, or something, umbrella, to protect your delicate costuming or your body paint in case of rain. Try your costume before showtime. You don't want to construct an incredible costume only to find out on the day that you can't move or you can't breathe in it. So where to wear these incredible costumes while you're here? Well, here's some events that you can shine at. The Fantasy Fest event would not be complete without the royalty aspect of the Conch Republic, so don your most regal wear, be part of the royal coronation. You don't have to dress up, but why not jump in with both feet and maybe a crown, while you watch the selection of the Fantasy Fest King and Queen. Likewise, there's a 42nd annual Headdress Ball at the Coffee Butler Amphitheater in Truman Waterfront Park. 12 to 15 contestants will be selected to hit the stage to show their headdress creations, and they'll all be judged from basically the neck up. And they're vying for a first prize of $5,000. Are you gonna be one of them? Pool parties, you ask? There are more than you can shake a pool noodle at. Babe's Pool Party at the Rum Row Sandbar and Pool. You can also break out your best Barbie or Ken pink suits or costumes and join the Marker Key West Harbor Resort Barbie Pink Pool Party for breast cancer awareness. Wow, that is a mouthful. How about a duck-themed costume to go with a Havana Cabana Duck Duck Booze pool party, ducky floats, ducky tutus, that sort of thing. You could get your Patreon on the Dante's 4th of July party and rock your red, white, and blue. You can channel your best Bessie Ross or Uncle Sam. And speaking of Dante's, you can also show off your angelic or your devilish self. with a halo and horns pool party. Swayze's 90s neon pool party at Somo Shores Pool. And the southernmost mansion on the sea is hosting a Playboy Bunny infinity pool party. You can get on your best hef or your Playboy Bunny costume. Get ready to dive into a fairy tale world at the Storybook Splash Pool Party at Winslow's Bungalows. This isn't your average bedroom tale. Come dressed as your favorite classic character, you know, with a twist, like a glamorous Big Bad Wolf or a zombie Little Red Riding Hood, you know, things like that. There are a lot of theme parties at the local bars. Among these are Captain Tony's Party in Plaid. If you have some nice or naughty plaid items, this party's for you. You know, kind of like the naughty schoolgirl outfits. Sloppy Joe's Slumber Party, where you could be dressed in your sleepwear, or, you know, whether it's a onesie, a flannel jammy, boxers, or your favorite lingerie. Sloppy Joe's Toga Party, where they state they are still the best toga party in town. You can wear a traditional toga or make your own, or dare to create your own type of costume to the theme of a 90s cosmic carnival. Irish Kevin's annual 80s party. You can dig out your leg warmers and be dressed head to toe in your best 80s costuming. There is the Hog Breath Saloon Surf's Up Party, where you can show off your string bikini, beach hair, don't care, or crazy board shorts. The Backyard Bar is hosting a Captain Morgan's Pirate Party. Yar, always a popular choice amongst the mateys. There's a party like a rock star party at Kaya Backyard Bar, where you can come dressed as your favorite rock star, you know, duh. And Sloppy Joe's Comic Book Capers Party, where you can come dressed as your favorite caped superhero or supervillain. There's a Fat Tuesday Pink Party. You can use your imagination here. The Blue Flamingo Resort invites you to step into a dream world where fairy tales twist and magical monsters come to life in the Bedtime Bazaar. Wander through enchanted lounges, sip whimsical cocktails, and dance to late night beats as the resort transforms into a surreal playground of fantasy and mischief. Guests are encouraged to dress the part and embrace the bazaar. Fantasy Fest's official glow-in-the-dark blacklight dance party is back for the 13th year. Vivid Dreams is a theme. Create your ultraviolet blacklight reactive costumes and body paint to make your most vivid dream a glowing reality. The Alamo on Charles Street wants you to come to their Cowboys, Cowgirls, Monsters, and Zombie party. So come in your best giddy-up. The Alamo is also doing a Studio 69 disco party. If there was any reason to have a disco ball, this is it. Time to get your Saturday night fever on. The Blue Party at the Backyard Bar. Dive into a sea of music, color, and ocean vibes at this year's Blue Party. The theme is simple. It's the color blue and the magic of the ocean. Come dressed as your favorite creature of the sea, from mystical mermaids down to deep sea divers, and I don't know, let the waves of creativity just roll. There are several musical or concert venues where you can celebrate the Beatles and life in the 60s. At the Green Turtle or at Wharfstock at the Schooner Wharf Bar. Be your best hippie, love child, or rocker and relive the 60s. Maybe for the first time. There's a Mrs. Roper romp party where you can show off your Kafkins and red wig and pay homage to the matron of Three's Company fame. And the Rocky Horror Picture Show returns this year with what I believe might be the 50th anniversary of this global phenomenon. Whether you're a seasoned sweet transvestite or a Rocky virgin, there's no better place to celebrate this milestone than in the heart of Key West with a screaming crowd. Meatloaf again? Of course, there is Tutu Tuesday, where everyone can show off their creations or acquisitions. Mine happens to glow with embedded lighting. And for you animal lovers, there is the Cocktails for Animal Tales, presented by Dirty Monkey. Dress in your best animal costume for the costume contest at the $500 grand prize. Or check out the pet masquerade on the stage of the Key West Amphitheater at the Truman Waterfront Park. Think you and your furry, feathered, or slithery friend have the perfect outfit? 4 categories to enter, including junior, pet and owner lookalikes, most exotic, and best theme adaptation, as well as an overall winner. There's Fantasy Fest trivia at the southernmost beach resort. Bring all your favorite guys or ghouls for a one-of-a-kind trivia experience. The Spooky Fantasy Fest trivia features all the decorations of a proper Halloween party. 6 great rounds of trivia, creepy drink specials, and the best part of all players in costume receive 5 bonus points. And probably my favorite of the Fantasy Fest events is the Captain Morgan Masquerade March. This is a moving cocktail and dance party that traditionally begins at Old Town Wine and Spirits and moves through the local neighborhoods. This moving mosaic of costume revelers sashay their wacky costumes on a route that winds its way down ultimately to Fleming Street, stopping at participating guest houses which, while supply lasts, hand out complimentary beverages. So much fun. Costumes range from the current theme to pretty much anything you can imagine. Do remember though that you do have to be a bit more conservative with your dress as you're outside of the fantasy zone and will be wandering through neighborhoods that will most likely have some children present. And the big finale on the last Saturday of the festival is the most incredible parade you've ever seen. There are a ton of watch parties available where you can get fantastic views of the passing parades from some of the many balconies that line Duval Street. Many of these include drink and food packages. Check them out. And if that's not your style, you can always line up along the street barricades with all the other fun people and get an up-close view of the festivities and maybe get some bead. Your own costume can help you in that regard, as well as being part of the ambiance. Or if you're looking at something a little bit more risque, there's a couple of offerings from the New Orleans House, Garden, and Pool. First is a fetish night at New Orleans House, Garden, and Pool. Fetish attire is encouraged, and they're also offering up a tops or bottoms underwear party where you have to decide which one of those you're going to lose. Now, there are a lot more events taking place under the Fantasy Fest umbrella. I just tried to mention some of the ones that require, or at least strongly suggest, costuming by the attendees. Be sure to look online and see what else is out there. There's so much happening right now. It seems like new events are getting added all the time, so be sure to check out the website at fantasyfest.com/schedule and see what's new and interesting for you to attend. All right, checklist time. Plan early. Arrange lodging and flights. Key West fills up really fast and places get really expensive for lodging and parking. Find lightweight fabrics, glitter, body paint, headpieces, and comfortable shoes. Local costume and body paint studios are your friend. Layer smart. Build your costume so it's easy to adjust, add or remove layers for comfort. It might be hotter than you think. Practice mobility tests, moving around in your costume, walking, sitting, dancing, things like that, so you're ready for the festival. So, whether you're a storybook heroine, a goodnight monster, or a bedtime fairy, let your imagination roam. Fantasy Fest 2025 is your stage. Bright, wild, and unapologetically creative. If you're tackling a costume or want help tweaking yours, drop a comment or a sketch below. Hit like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the magic that is Key West.